7 signs she's loving it in bed. Men must know this. Have you ever wondered if she's really enjoying herself in bed? Sure, moans and compliments can be reassuring, but what if you could actually read the signs, those undeniable instinctive reactions that reveal her true pleasure? The truth is, a woman's body, voice, and movements tell a story far more honest than words alone. These signals can guide you to create an experience that's not just satisfying, but unforgettable. In this video, we're breaking down 7 clear signs that prove she's loving every second of it. If you want to know whether you're truly hitting the right notes, stick around, because once you understand these cues, you'll never have to wonder again. Let's dive in. 1. What she says. Communication is key in the bedroom, and the easiest way to know if she's into it is by simply listening. Don't assume. Ask her what she likes and pay attention to her verbal cues. Women will often tell you what they like and will give you a little tip by saying things like, faster, slower, a little to the left, or not there, don't to touch me there. If she's repeatedly telling you to keep doing exactly what you are doing, which means you've found a rhythm that works, so don't switch it up. Many guys make the mistake of suddenly changing speed, depth, or intensity, ruining the moment. If she's moaning, guiding you with her words, or gripping onto you like she never wants it to end, she's clearly enjoying herself. Don't change speed like go harder. If she likes what you're doing, keep doing exactly that, and don't fuck up the pace, intensity, rhythm, or whatever. Just be a fucking machine and go on autopilot. Just don't overdo the questioning mid-session. Let her pleasure guide the experience naturally. And if stamina is an issue, mental tricks, like thinking about baseball or subtle distractions, can help you last longer. Not everyone is the same, and women will prefer that you ask rather than assume and get it wrong. Just don't ask her persistently while she's enjoying herself. 2. Involuntary noises. Moans and groans are great feedback, and one of the best signs she enjoys having sex with you. Different women make different kinds of noises. Some will scream the house down, while others will moan quietly. A loud moaning does not necessarily translate to having a better time. It is just a difference in how they express themselves. It's not about how loud or low a woman moans, but the way the moan changes that gives you valuable feedback. Does the moaning get louder or the pitch changes? If the frequency increases or the sound becomes more gasping, then she is getting more pleasure. If her breathing becomes heavier, her moans turn into short, gasping sounds, or she momentarily goes silent while gripping onto you, these are strong signs of heightened pleasure. Pay attention to the rhythm of her sounds. An increase in frequency or intensity often signals that she's reaching a peak. However, don't rely solely on noises. Pair them with her body language, such as tensed muscles, arching, or gripping, to truly gauge her level of enjoyment. Every woman has her own unique way of expressing enjoyment, so tune into her natural rhythm, sync with her cues, and use these involuntary noises as a guide to keep the experience pleasurable for both of you. Number 3, her eyes tell the story. The eyes are one of the most powerful indicators of genuine pleasure. They reveal emotions that words and sounds sometimes can't. When a woman is fully immersed in the moment, her gaze might soften, become hazy, or lock onto yours with deep intensity, creating an electric connection. Dilated pupils, fluttering eyelids, or a dreamy, lost-in-the-moment expression are strong signs she's feeling it. If her eyes roll back or close tightly as she gasps, that's usually a surefire indication she's reaching new heights of pleasure. On the flip side, a disconnected, unfocused stare or lack of engagement might signal that she's not entirely present in the moment. Pay attention to these visual cues. They can guide you to ensure she's not just physically there, but fully enjoying every second with you. 4. Her vagina tells the truth. A woman's physical response during sex is one of the most undeniable signs of her pleasure, and her vagina provides some of the clearest feedback. As arousal intensifies, increased blood flow causes her to become wetter, warmer, and more sensitive to stimulation. If you're inside her, you may notice her vaginal muscles instinctively tightening around you in rhythmic contractions, a natural response to heightened pleasure. This gripping sensation, often described as pulsing or involuntary squeezing, can occur as she nears orgasm or experiences waves of deep arousal. These subtle yet powerful changes are a direct reflection of her enjoyment, signaling that her body is fully engaged in the experience. Paying attention to these physical cues allows for a deeper connection, helping you stay in sync with her pleasure and intensify the moment for both of you. 5. Body movements and contortions. A woman's body is one of the most honest indicators of pleasure, often responding instinctively before she even realizes it. When she's truly enjoying herself, her body will naturally react, hips grinding in sync with yours, legs wrapping around you to pull you in deeper, or her hands gripping your back, neck, or sheets in raw intensity. Some women might arch their back, shudder uncontrollably, or squirm in pleasure as waves of sensation hit. The more she moves in harmony with you, matching your rhythm, intensifying her pace, or guiding your thrusts, the more engaged she is in the moment. Sudden, involuntary jerks, a tightening of her muscles, or even the way she clenches onto you are all signs that she's getting lost in pleasure. When her body takes over, you know you're doing something right. 6. The rhythm of her breathing. A woman's breathing is one of the clearest and most instinctive signals of pleasure, often intensifying in sync with rising arousal. As things heat up, her breaths will shift from slow and steady to short, rapid, and gasping, signaling that she's losing herself in the moment. You may notice her exhaling deeply as tension builds, or hear sharp, breathy moans escaping her lips as sensations overwhelm her body. Pay attention to the subtle shifts. If her breathing becomes erratic, trembling, or momentarily halts before a deep exhale, she could be nearing climax. Controlled breathing usually means controlled pleasure, but when she starts panting uncontrollably or struggling to catch her breath, it's a strong indication that she's fully immersed in pleasure. If you sync your movements with her breathing, you can heighten the experience even further, drawing her deeper into the moment. 7. How she responds to you. A woman's pleasure isn't just about what she says or how she sounds, it's also about how she touches you. When she's truly lost in the moment, her body will instinctively react, often without her even realizing it. She might dig her nails into your back, grip your arms, or even scratch and bite as waves of pleasure take over. If she's pulling you in closer, wrapping her legs around you, or gripping the sheets while holding onto you, it's a clear sign she wants more. Some women will guide your rhythm, pushing against you, rocking her hips in sync, or whispering for you to go harder or deeper. These physical cues are her way of showing she's not just present, but actively engaged, craving the sensation and connection you're giving her. The more she responds to you, the more confident you can be that she's fully enjoying the experience. Conclusion. Now that you know the telltale signs of genuine pleasure, the key is to pay attention and respond to what her body is telling you. Every woman is different, so the best way to ensure a mind-blowing experience is to stay in sync with her. Listen to her sounds, watch her movements, and feel how she reacts to you. When you learn to recognize these signals, not only will your confidence skyrocket, but your intimate experiences will become way more satisfying for both of you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our next deep dive into the world of pleasure and connection.